What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Horror Movie Review with Daniel Richardson. And yes, we're going to hit our first sequel, I guess. We hit The Conjuring a couple weeks back, and now we're going to hit The Conjuring 2 tonight. But as always, let's get into other stuff first. First thing we got to talk about is, I guess there's a new Evil Dead, or Army of Darkness, whatever you want to call it, comic book coming out, which, I don't know. I get less excited about graphic novels, especially when it pertains to horror films. I don't know, a lot of my friends, they would read graphic novels back in the day, or comic books, fucking comic books, we know what they are. And I'd always say things like, well, I mean, if they had more horror-related ones, or forget that, just literally take my favorite characters from horror films and put them in there, I'd read them. And then there's a shit ton of them out there now, and I'm just like, I don't really want to read them. I don't know, I just feel like I want to see the movie. Why do I have to read this thing? And I mean, not that they're good or bad or whatever, but the best example is after Freddy vs. Jason, did what it did to box office, they was going to initially do a sequel, and it was going to add Ash from Evil Dead, and it fell through. But we got a comic book out of it. The comic book was really good, and I was like, well, shit, why did we get that on the big screen? I don't know. Would it have been good? Probably not. Who knows? But still, yeah. And that's what I'm feeling about right now. The comic book series, or the comic book is going to be called Death to the Army of Darkness. And apparently, it's a direct sequel to the trilogy. So, I mean, they're ignoring Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which is unfortunate, because I really love Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Anyways, but, so Ashy Slashy, which that's not even going to be part of it anymore. It doesn't matter. Ashy Slashy gets back to his hometown, but then, of course, he runs amok with the Evil Dead as well. So he's ended up joining, I'm not sure exactly how. I don't know if we just got an alternate dimension rip. It's going to be into the Spider-Verse type, scenario, but there's a million other Ashes that help him out. You got, I say a million, I'm being facetious. It's 5 other ones. You got a female Ash. You got this tiny Ash. He looks like he's literally 2-3 feet tall. Not to be confused with the little mini ones that came out of him in Army of Darkness. There's a dog who's Ash. Oh, I know I'm leaving one of them out. Oh, one's like a skeleton. Oh, and then there's a chainsaw. A chainsaw that has his personality or something like that. But it's a whole clan. Don't get me wrong, that sounds like an awesome, story idea. But it's can we just do the movie? Even an animated movie. I'll take that. I don't want to read the comic. I just don't really want to read comic book. I don't know. But it is depressing though, because they already kind of jumped back to, clearly Ash is the star of these things. But it's they literally just left Kelly and Pablo out, which is ridiculous, because I love that team from Ash vs. Evil Dead. And I mean, I know it's over and we're not getting it back, but at the same time, it's just I miss it. I love that series. I thought the series was great, but it is what it is, I suppose. Go jump to some Blu-ray releases, I guess, or maybe DVD Blu-ray. I don't know if it's DVD or not. It just said Blu-ray. But anyway, there's going to be a couple cool releases coming out of note. They're bringing out the TV movie Munster Go Home, which anybody remember the Munsters? After the series concluded, they did a TV movie where apparently Herman Munster gets a castle in London, and the family moves up over there, and then they don't want them there because they're wacky. Anyways, apparently, as we all know, Rob Zombie's a huge fan of the Munsters, but apparently he loved the movie as well. So much so that the new Shout Factory release, or Scream Factory, sorry, release is going to have commentary from Rob Zombie. Oh, and Eddie Munster as well. But yeah, let's be real, we're going for Rob Zombie on that one. Which would be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, I would have no desire to buy Munster Going Home. I was just never a big Munsters fan. I always preferred Addams Family over, if I had to choose between the two. But it's I would love to hear Rob Zombie's, talk about. That's one thing I think they ought to do. I think I'll just get my favorite directors together and just do an entire series where they go and do commentaries for other films that's not theirs. How is there not more Quentin Tarantino commentaries? That dude just loves talking. He don't even talk on his own films, and I'm just fuck, it's ridiculous. The handful of times you hear him on commentary, which is few and far between, it's always great. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. Rob Zombie on the Munster Go Home. So tear that up. And then another release. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I want to see it for all the wrong reasons. Apparently, so I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but there was a movie back in 76, I think. 76, 78, something like that, called Grizzly. It was Jaws in the Woods is how it was advertised. And I watched it, and it's bad. It's just as bad as you'd imagine. Stock footage of a bear running around, people running out of frame with it, you know. Like you see someone running like, oh no, there's a bear chasing me. And it just cuts to like a bear like running by itself, and it cuts back to her like, oh no. And then when it does attack her, it's literally a pair of like bear arms, and every now and then like a fake head pops in the frame, and it's like, oh no, I'm being attacked. Which, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Anyways, but I guess it made some kind of money because they did a sequel. Now, this sequel was never finished. Apparently, they shot a ton of the footage, and when it came time to bring the bear in to, you know, do it, the producer just took the money and ran. Like, I got the story right here. He was eventually arrested for fraud and everything else, but forever, Grizzly 2, which has gone under different titles, has just sat on the shelf for the longest time. And apparently now, sorry, they're going to bring it back out. Now, here's what's funny about this, though, is it's the cast that was in Grizzly 2, which is now being called Grizzly 2 Revenge. The storyline basically consists of, like, I guess, some hunters killed these cubs. And Mama Bear's pissed. And Mama Bear's going to tear some ass. However, there was a huge concert, like, huge, like, metal concert or some shit going on. And so the bear just goes, I guess, crazy, killing concert goers. I mean, that's gotta be fun, right? But here's why this is like headline news. The cast that was attached to Grizzly 2, now you gotta remember this was before they were big. Most of them. I'm guessing, I don't know. Anyways, you have Laura Dern, who just recently won the Academy Award for, what was it, Bird Story? Is that what she did? I didn't watch it, but I know she won. She won Academy Award winner Laura Dern in Grizzly 2. You got Charlie Sheen. That was not as shocking just because I've seen a lot of like movies in the 80s. Like, because he would like float back and forth. He would do like big time, like he did Platoon, and then he'd turn around and do like some straight to video action film. Like it was just he bounced around quite a bit. And then we got a pre-famous George Clooney. That's right, George Clooney's got a new movie coming out called Grizzly 2 Revenge. Now, before you guys get your hopes up, apparently they only shot like one or two scenes. Like, they have cameos, but you can't really call them cameos because they weren't famous then. It's almost like they knew they were going to be famous, and they're like, we'll show up, do one scene. But the funny thing is, the poster work they got for this and the DVD box art, you know what three names are up on top. You know what three names are on top of the Grizzly. It's all them. Like, I don't know who the main characters really are in this story, but they're like, fuck them. They didn't go and do anything, but these are your three. I think that's just brilliant. I don't know. Something about that just like tickles me. I get tickled. I saw the trailer. I guess it's already cut together. They added new footage, I guess, to try to piece it together. But I guess they tried to do it in a way that looks like it's still shot in the 70s or early 80s. Whenever it was that the sequel happened. And then they added, I guess, some CGI or special effects for the bear, which could be hilarious because if it's literally like 1970s footage, and then like this goofy cartoon CGI bear runs through. Like, it'll be shit, but it'll be fun shit. Anyway, so yeah, that's coming out soon, and I saw the trailer. It looks garbage. Like, it looks like complete garbage, but it's fun because they throw George Clooney, Laura Dern, and Charlie Sheen on there quite a bit. They're like, hey, look at these guys. It's like, man, you gotta use up all their footage right there. So shifting gears away from DVD releases and going right into some games. Do some tabletop games here. First, we got a new game coming out, Scooby-Doo and the Haunted Mystery. And apparently, you get your friends together and you play Scooby in the gang, trying to solve a mystery. But apparently, it's from a company that does the Coded Chronicle games. I got that right? Coded Chronicle. We'll say Coded Chronicle. It's an element of like tabletop board game with like D&D fantasy role-playing things mixed with like escape room type stuff. I've seen these in stores, like, do your own escape room, and I've never played them, so I don't know how they are. But apparently we're getting a Scooby-Doo themed one, so if you are like, hey, I wish I was one of the, Scooby and the gang. Like, if you're like sitting at home watching Cartoon Network, like watching like old Scooby-Doo episodes, and you're just high as shit, this is the game for you. Like, literally, you will be in an episode of Scooby-Doo. So there it is. Know nothing about beyond that, but there's that. But there's another game coming out. I thought it was interesting, too, that we got two major board game releases in 1 week here. And I guess they're doing a Hocus Pocus board game. Yes, where basically you gotta stop the witches, the Sanders, doesn't matter. You gotta stop them. You gotta stop, Beth Midler and the girl from King of the Hill and Sarah Jessica Parker. I never always forget that middle girl. She has a weird last name, like Najimba, like Kathy Najimba. It doesn't matter. Anyways, but that's the game in there. So basically, the witches are trying to make the potion to steal the souls from children, and you just gotta stop them. I guess you and your friends get together and you try to stop them before the potion's complete. So there you go. That was interesting in that one though. They was explaining the game, and they're like from players 1 to 6, and I'm like, so you can play this by yourself, like even if you have because that's a sad thing. And I'll even throw myself in there. Like, I grew up in the country, and I had my little brother. So I had a bunch of board games I didn't want to play with him. And so I went up playing by myself quite a bit. But I think it's funny, they literally just made this game where, like, listen, if you don't have any friends that want to play Hocus Pocus with you, guess what? You don't need them. You can play by yourself. So, like, well, isn't that swell? So there it is, the news this week. We're going to move right along now. We got the Villain Showdown. That's right. And, a couple weeks ago, the matchup was Chucky going up against Jigsaw. And, votes are in, and didn't really surprise me. I really thought, actually, I guess it did kind of surprise me. I really thought everybody was going to go Jigsaw based out of, popularity. But it seemed like everybody went logical. Chucky. You can't kill Chucky. Chucky's beast. Chucky kills Jigsaw. And that's pretty much the reason. Everybody kept saying, supernatural. You just can't really stop him or whatever. No matter what trap you put him in, the cult will show up. So there you go. So this week, and this is the final first round match, meaning next week we will not have a match to play. It'll literally just, wait for the votes to come in or whatever for this one. I don't know, I guess we could go do the first quarter. Yeah, never mind, we got a match next week. Ignore that. When we get to the end, that's when we're going to have a gap because then I'll have to actually wait for the votes to come in to do the, see who's in the finals. Regardless, so this is it. The final two competitors in the first round of this Villain Showdown. And we got two classics. We got Jack Torrance going up against Leatherface. That's right. Axe versus Chainsaw here, baby. Jack Torrance, of course, we know he is from The Shining. I guess Shining and Dr. Sleep. He was in Dr. Sleep. Wasn't Jack Nicholson, but, what can you do? Anyways, so Jack Torrance, weapon of choice, clearly the axe. The axe and just the crazy overlook driving his insanity. That's it. That's all you need, really. That's it. Weaknesses, clearly cold weather. That's right. I mean, he got outsmarted. Like, you think the overlook would help him out there? Like, he's chasing Danny through the hedge maze. Danny fucking fucks off and, tricks him. And then he's still like, where are you at, Danny? Danny boy, And it's just like, you think the overlook would be like, hey, Jack, just turn around and come back. Like, follow your footprints out. The kid's not there. Like, no, he's just like, I'm out here looking. The hotel's just like, yeah, you're outside of our reach. We were powerful in here. We can't reach over there, though. Right there. Can't get to you. Sorry, Jack. You're fucked. And Jack runs around and does fuck whatever. So that's that. And so I thought that was kind of interesting there. Anyway, so Jack Torrance, there it is. Axe, he has, he's just crazy, has the overlook helping him out, but he's mortal, he's a guy. I mean, you can put a bullet right in his face and that would end him. You wouldn't stop the hotel, but you can end him. And that's who's facing it. It's not the hotel with him this time, it's Jack Torrance in the ring. Going up against Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw series. My God, that series is so fractured. We mentioned that last week with the addition of the new rebooted sequel coming out. I'm sick of these reboots. It's not about that. Leatherface. Let's see. His special power. I mean, he's strong, big dude. Yeah, chainsaw weapon of choice. He's fucking twisted. Like, he will not hesitate to skin your face and wear a whole bodysuit. He don't give a fuck. Weaknesses is definitely intelligence. Like, the dude's not smart. And he's mortal. I mean, at the end of the day, you can just put a bullet in his head. I feel like that's a defining characteristic of most villains in a fight. Like, you put a bullet in their head, if that's it, then that's the end of the match. You can move on, Jason, you can put, a fucking bazooka through his head, and he'll still come after you. I mean, it may take a minute. He'll have to regenerate or some shit, or someone will have to eat the heart out, and then they turn it. Doesn't matter. Either way, that's literally, what would happen. So we got Leatherface and Jack Torrance here. like I said, Axe vs. Chainsaw. You know, they don't know which way you go. I mean, once again, I think popular vote would definitely go Jack Torrance. He's definitely the charismatic of the two. You know, he gets in there. He's like it's like a Rocky IV when Ivan Drago fought Apollo Creed. Like Apollo Creed comes out there, you're living in America. You know, he's got the Uncle Sam outfit on. People are going crazy. That's Jack Torrance. He's out there like, yeah. And then Ivan Drago, Leatherface, is just brute force, not fucking around, ready to kill. So I would think personally it'd have to be Leatherface, right? I mean, am I wrong here? I don't know. You guys tell me. How's it going to go down? Will Axe beat Chainsaw here? Or will Leatherface just, brute strength fuck him up? I mean, Wendy kind of threw his leg out early on in the match in The Shining. And he's hobbling around. But then Leatherface kind of has a weird little... He always had the chainsaw, so he's always kind of like doing this number anyways. And, But... And I mean, and Jack died at the end of his movie. Leatherface goes through, like, many iterations. He's never died in the movie. I mean, he's never really been seriously critically injured either, but, he's never actually died. I mean, there's never been like he was killed clearly in part whatever, and then comes back miraculously. He didn't Jason or Michael Myers it. Like, he's always, there. So there it is, Jack Torrance, Leatherface. You tell me who goes on to the quarterfinals. Drop them down below. So that's all we got, guys. Let's go on now. Let's move up to the main event. Tonight, we're talking about The Conjuring 2. Recent, new movie. Like, I thought we were doing new stuff when I did The Conjuring 1, but fuck, this is 2016. Only 4 years removed. Less than that if you want to get technical, but it don't matter. Whenever you're watching this on YouTube, I guess. 2016, regardless. So the basic plot here is there's a haunted house over in London. Not London. It's England, but I don't remember the actual town. Sheffield? Is that it? Is that a town? I think it's Sheffield. Over in Sheffield, and basically it's a single mother with her 4 kids, and some haunting stuff happens, so they have to bring in the Warrens. I've only seen this movie maybe once or twice. Saw it in theaters when we went to go see it, and when I bought the DVD shortly afterwards, I watched it one more time. I always watch DVDs as soon as I get them. But it's just kind of on my shelf, and honestly, I forgot a lot of little things about this movie. Had you asked me before, which one I liked better, I would have said part 1. But after literally watching, when I did the review for 1, which was, last month, I just watched it and then turned around and watched 2. I gotta say, I think 2's better in my opinion. I really dig 2. 2 is a lot creepier than I remember it being. Like, I remember it being a scary-ass movie. Like, it definitely made you like, oh shit, like, you're slowly walking around that creepy house. You're tensing up as they're walking around. But this, I don't know, I just remember thinking, like, it wasn't nearly as scary as that, and I'm watching it now, like, holy shit, a lot of it, maybe I just forgot a lot of it, or I just didn't retain it. Either way, I definitely jumped a couple times watching it this time. I didn't think I jumped too much during the first one, so that's always a good indication for a horror film for me, anyways. As long as, not just cheap jump scares, like, these were well-earned, built-up, jump scares. What I love about this movie is they kind of do the same thing. It's the same formula they use in part 1. Like in part 1, they did Conjuring. Of course, these are based on true stories, whether you believe in that or not. They are documented accounts of these stories, and I love that in part 1 is almost like they chose the story they went with, but they're like, fuck, like I really want to do the Annabelle movie, and they're like, well, we'll weave it in there. The first 15 minutes will be Annabelle, and then we'll move on to the rest of it. And here it's the same thing. It's like they're like, well, shit, we'll do the Sheffield thing, but like I really want to do Amityville in there. Don't worry about it. We'll throw Amityville in there for the first 10 minutes, and then we'll move on. Literally same exact thing, which I thought was great. Which, really, I don't know what their involvement with Amityville was, because, really, when you put it all out on a timeline, the Amityville movie was the story. And then after that, it was just people showing up randomly time to time. You don't really hear about any other incidents happening, It's not like the movies where there's a killer dollhouse at one point, and then there's a mirror and a lamp, and I'm not making this up. These are literally sequels to the Amityville series. You want to watch some trash? Check out the Amityville series. Oh my god! It's enjoyable trash, but it's still trash nonetheless. The weird ways that house was living on in that series was ridiculous. Anyways, getting sidetracked. Back to Conjuring. So, anyways, literally as we kick this movie off. We start off with the Amityville haunting, but then, of course, we don't realize the name until the end, but we'll go ahead and say it now. Spoiler alert, I guess, because this is a newer movie. We see Valak, which is the nun. which would get its own spinoff, the Nun. But Valak shows up, and of course she, felt the presence of Valak at Amityville, and we find out that exorcism from part 1, the one they're showing on the big screen whenever they're doing the lecture at the university, that she ran into that presence there as well. And so this is something from her past that she's really afraid of, and now she's getting premonitions of her husband dying, which is a really cool role reversal they do in this one, because in part 1, he tried to shield her from helping because, he was afraid that if she keeps doing too much of this, it's going to take her down and she ain't going to come back up. And here, she sees her husband die in her visions, and yet he's like, we got to do it. So, once again, I do like, that kind of, flip dynamic there. What I love about this one, too, and I won't go into I won't repeat myself from last time, but, I mentioned before I'm not big on the supernatural, paranormal subgenre, haunted house movies, if you will, because, they're pretty much all the same. Like, they are. You can change the story around, you can make, the ghosts different, but for the most part, it's the same beats they go along. And, one had a way of kind of shaking up a little bit, but here they really do, and I love it because, and I don't know nothing about the Sheffield case, if I'm even saying the proper thing. I don't know if that's the right town. It could be Leeds for all I know. I have no idea. It's somewhere over in the UK. But anyways, over there, it was like, they even mentioned in the movie that it was like their Amityville. Like, it was the biggest, like to us, you think, like what's the most famous haunted house case ever? Most people will say Amityville, but over there, it's like, oh no, it's this one, fucking Sheffield Manor or whatever the fuck. But that's the main thing right there. And so I know nothing about that, the story, nothing. I didn't do any research before or after. So like I don't know how much of this is legit, how much isn't, how much is built up for the movie. Clearly the Valak stuff I gotta assume is the cinematic stuff that they're adding to it to, do spin-offs and whatnot. But what I like about this movie is in every haunted house movie there's always that build-up of the hauntings. Like, you never just start off first 5 minutes like, shit, we're in a haunted house. Everybody's in agreement, right? We're all in a haunted house. Okay, good. Now we can move the story forward. No, it's always someone hears something, but everybody's like, oh, come on, you didn't hear nothing. It's just your imagination. It's a new house. Of course it's creepy. And you get that for like a half hour. And then the mom starts to hear some shit. And she's like, well, maybe there's something here. But the dad's like, no, bullshit. We're going to live here. There's nothing here. And it literally takes until the third act where everybody's kind of like, oh shit, we're in a haunted house. Like, we're all on the same page. We know we're being haunted. And now it's too late because one of us is possessed and we got to figure some shit out. Like, that's the fucking formula every time. And it gets tiresome. Like, it really does. But here, like, right out the gate, I love it because, we get the small little build-up early on. They're getting, weird little things and, each kid's kind of experiencing something, bizarre or whatever. But then right off the bat, one girl wakes up, she's like, I saw something, and the sister was like, no, you didn't. And then, boom, bed starts shaking. I'm like, all right, awesome. That's the other worst thing about movies, when they're like, all right, guys, this happens every time. I put something here, and it moves around. Great. And then they, watch, it's going to do it, and then, like, nothing happens. With the exception of Poltergeist, I guess. That's the only time. But every other movie, from or since, whatever, has always done it never happens. Until everybody leaves, then it goes crazy. And so they're screaming, the mom shows up, then she gets pissed at them. She's like, you guys are keeping me awake because you guys are, telling ghost stories and playing with the Ouija board. And then boom, dresser slams right into the thing. They see it. And then when the cops come, you're expecting the same thing. Like, okay, the cops will show up. Clearly it's going to be no activity at all. Like, even Amityville did that, and the babysitter is like, help me, get me out of here. And then the cops show up and get her out of there. After that, the cops look around like, there ain't nothing here. No, here, as soon as the cops show up, the chair moves and shit. Like, it moves from, like, one room to another. And it's like, holy shit. And it's great because it's like, the cops are just like, yeah, we can't help you. Like, we know it's paranormal, but, that's out of our jurisdiction, which I love. Because I'm like, what would you do? Like, I would love to see that once in a movie where, like, literally, it's like, there's this, disturbance and, shit's being broke and there's like, oh shit, the husband's beating his wife and the cops show up. And of course the husband's like, I didn't touch her. It's the ghost. And of course the woman's like, it is. And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. You're just trying to, cover for your abusive husband. And then like a couch just flies into the wall and they're like, oh shit. All right, carry on. Nothing we can do. I mean, we can't slap cups on the ghost, and just walk out. I would love to see that more often in horror movies, especially supernatural ones, because it really is like, what can a cop do? What can a cop really do? Like, even the cop cares, and he's just like, all right, I'm here to help you out. I don't know what to do. Shit, we gotta call a priest. And like literally, they're asking me. I'm on call. I'm a cop. There's a bank robbery. I gotta go stop it. Like it's just funny. There's like, oh shit. So like, and then like cameras show up. Same thing. Every time they always do that. Like it's always like the demonic stuff always happens off camera. They're always like, turn the cameras on. Nothing. Turn them off. Oh shit, ghost stuff. And like, no, they have like a full crowd there. There's a whole TV studio inside the house. And the girl starts talking with a weird boy. And like the lights are going out and everything. It's just funny though, like even after all that, there's that one woman who's just like, they're faking it. And I'm like, really? Like, I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't be possible, because I'm a skeptic myself. In real life, I'd be going, yeah, maybe this is fake. But when you're in the room, and the girl is like, she's like 9, and she's like throwing out this rando man voice, it's like, it's a lot of practice, but, and the lights cut out. Like, they had everybody in the room. Unless they got a third person hanging out downstairs, hitting the light switch. And even then, I'm thinking, like, would you not go down and check or have someone stationed there? It's like, nah, she's just like, oh, no matter what, there's nothing, they're faking it, there's no ghost here. So anyway, I do like the fact that, like, literally just right out the gate, we're dealing with a haunted house movie, and there's no questions about it. The neighbors aren't just like, I don't know about that. Like, at one point, they go to the neighbor's house, and then ghost shit happens there. So there's no doubt in anybody's mind, at least main character wise, that yes, it's a haunting and this is the page we're on. So we got to call up the Warrens and bring them over. And of course, while this is all going on, Vera Farmiga, is that how you pronounce her name? I forget her name already. Something Warren, Elizabeth? That don't seem right. Is it? I don't remember their name. I just literally call them Vera and Patrick because they're fucking awesome. They're great actors that overshadow their characters. Anyways, Vera ends up having all these different. The visions are intensifying, and now she's being like in her home. She's being kind of tormented by Valak. But I'm thinking to myself like, I guess it's not him doing it or Valak doing it. I guess it is just the premonitions, her gift or whatever. Because I'm just like, Valak, maybe you shouldn't be messing with her because she's gonna be the one person that's gonna stop you at the end or whatever. Spoiler alert, sorry. If you haven't seen it now, fuck off. Where are you watching a review for it? There is going to be spoilers in there, so. So anyways, some big standouts here. Obviously, Valak, the nun. Because, I mean, they do the misleading thing where you see, like, it's the old man that's haunting the house, which he is, but Valak's the one pulling strings. He also uses the Crooked Man, which I'll get to him in a second. I want to talk about the Crooked Man for a little bit. But Valak's definitely the standout star here. Got his own spinoff, or her own spinoff, whatever you want to call it. I think it's the female nun, but it's the male demon, right? Do demons have gender? I don't know. It's 2020. I better be careful what I say because I don't want to upset the masses there. But like, women could be demons too. Transgender demons, whatever. You can't just discriminate. I think it's a man, though. Valak seems like a dude's name, but who knows? But anyways, got his own spinoff after this. Even made an appearance via picture in one of the Annabelle movies as well. So yeah, there's that. But then the Crooked Man, which really resonated with people. I'll be honest with you, I remember being more impressed with the Crooked Man when I saw it in theaters, and I guess the DVD afterwards. But when I watch it now, it's just like it's so obviously bad CGI. And I'm like, that's the one thing. I know there's a good amount of CGI in both this and The Conjuring, but it's done in such a way where you just don't think about it. So you just assume it's all practical or whatever. But this was just like glaring. Like he's just like, I'm a cartoon building up and I'm coming at you all crazy. I don't know. And maybe that's what halted, because initially there were reports that he was going to get his own spinoff, The Crooked Man. Well, don't get me wrong, I'll watch it. Like I love The Conjuring verse, if you will. I like all the movies are really fun to watch. They do vary in quality, but guess what? We ain't getting anything else right now, series-wise. Like until like they start really doing more Halloween and Friday 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, and something like, this is what we got. So, literally, I watch all these movies, and I was like excited, like Crooked Man, sure, but it just hasn't happened yet. Like literally, they keep talking about it, but it's like 4 years have gone by and there hasn't been shit about it. But in the meantime, we've had like 3 Annabelle films. We've had The Nun. We had The Curse of Loma Lorna, another Conjuring movie coming out. So, like, literally, we've done everything but do another, whatever film with The Crooked Man. But here's the thing that really kind of got me, though, was I totally forgot about The Crooked Man whenever that was the prop or the trophy the Warrens brought home with them. Ed and Lorraine Warren. Fuck, sorry. I don't know why I thought Elizabeth, but yeah, Ed and Lorraine. Sorry. As soon as I thought about that trophy room, I was like, oh yeah, that's her name, Ed and Lorraine. Anyway, sorry. When Ed brings home the little carousel thing, or Zyrotope, I don't know what you call that thing, the little spinning thing. They had Hooker Man home. That's when he brings back, and I'm thinking, okay, so this has all been chronological, and we see Annabelle in the background, and of course you see all the cool shit. Like the one that my eye always goes to is that samurai, and then Annabelle comes home, he comes out and plays. Essentially, you assume they all come out and play, which, really they only feature about 8 or 9, but it's supposed to be hundreds. Where's the Crooked Man and Annabelle comes home? Like, seriously, everything gets released, and I totally forgot that his prop was even a part there, and it's like, holy shit, Crooked Man should have came out and fucked some shit up. But he doesn't. It's like, it's unfortunate. Anyways, so, but yeah, Crooked Man tears some shit up here, which, it is funny that he does one of those ridiculous things, like, at the end, when Patrick Wilson goes upstairs and he lifts in the tent, and then boom, Crooked Man's there, and he's like, oh shit, and Crooked Man builds up, and he runs, but then he does like this weird, like he cuts sideways. Like Patrick Wilson's there, and he goes sideways, just tearing up everything on the wall, and then he tries to attack him, but the thing that saves Patrick Wilson, he shuts the door, and of course he gets this like hooky umbrella thing stuck in the wall, and I'm like, well, why didn't you just run a straight line? You could have just literally killed him, like right there. Like there was no need to do this at all. The other great thing about this movie is, I guess they forget how ghosts work. A lot of times, they're like, we'll lock up this room. And it's like, you do realize they're ghosts, right? They're demons that can move through. Like, they did the same thing. What was it? Was it Curse of La Llorona? Where, like, literally, like, they're like, we'll hide in the attic and lock the door. And it's like, ghosts, like, they can go right through there. Like, I mean, but if someone's possessed, yes. But, like, we're not dealing with possessed people. We're dealing with actual ghosts that can go through the wall. Or demons that can manifest into other things. Whatever. Happens several times. In fact, there's a couple of times where, like, you'll see something, and, like, both mothers, Lorraine and the woman at Sheffield, she's just like, go in the other room and shut the door. And it's like, but why? Because it's a fucking ghost. Either way, I'm nitpicking there because this really is a really solid horror film. Maybe, I mean, The Shining's always giving a favor, but, like, I don't know, I just never considered The Shining like a haunted house movie or a haunting or a ghost movie. Like, to me, it's always more about Jack Nicholson going possessed. And even then, I don't even consider it a possession movie. Like, I don't know, The Shining's in a league of its own, and I feel like you can literally have it dominate every list. Like, what's your favorite ghost movie? Shining. What's your favorite haunted movie? Shining. What's your favorite possession movie? Shining. What's your favorite movie with psychics? Shining. It will dominate everything, so I just always take it out. So, I mean, with The Shining out, the best haunted house movie is probably Conjuring 2. In all honesty, I'll go Conjuring 2. Used to go Conjuring 1, but I'll go Conjuring 2 now. Yeah, James Wan, like I said, I can't sing his praises enough with these two and the two Insidious movies. I mean, the dude just knows what the fuck he's doing. And he even have a bit of an Insidious feel here. They don't go into the further, but there's a scene where when Lorraine's doing the Amityville house and she, she's doing the seance and she kind of wakes up. And of course, when she walks around, she turns around and she's still there. So she's astral projecting out. And I'm just like, man, they miss a chance to just, I mean, I know they probably didn't want to. They're like, we don't make it too similar, but it's like, you really could have made this the further. Like, you literally could have made it look like the further. Just a hint, and then, whatever. But there it is, The Conjuring 2. Like I said, I'm a big fan. Really dug it. A lot of cool characters. And once again, great performances. We really do flush out Ed and Lorraine. Like I said, regardless if you believe in their whatever, I particularly don't. I love to see the movie where it's just like them scamming everybody, like we see it's a scam and they're scamming people. I think that'd be a fun little movie. But as far as characters go in a story, they're very well developed. They're based on real people, so I mean there is a lot to draw from there, and I think they do a great job. You got two good actors or an actor and actresses that are just really killing it. And once again, I mean, like I said, the story's very solid. So, but once again, I didn't see the actor. I don't know anything about the real case, so who knows? Maybe they just took a little ounce from that and then fabricated the whole thing, which is very possible. But, guys, that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think of The Conjuring 2 in the comment section down below. And that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching, and tune in next week. Oh, shit. Didn't know which one. Sorry. Hi. Thank you for watching that video. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to our channel. All that good stuff you do right here on YouTube, go ahead and do it. Check out our other videos. Go to our playlist. We got episodes of TPS TV, Journey Through the Dark Side. We got a new show coming out, the horror movie review with Daniel Richardson. This guy. And of course, our short film, Entropy.
You can find all that and more right here on YouTube. And then check out, yeah, look at that. All of our social media right there. And we don't just, copy and paste like the same post and put it on all. No, that's ridiculous. 3 different platforms, 3 different posts. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff you see on Twitter will not be the same stuff you see on Instagram. So there you go, right there. So be sure to give us a follow and a like on all that right there. Keep up to date. Have you seen Unspeakable Acts yet? No? Come on. Pick you up the DVD right now. Links over there. Oh, yeah. It's only $7. $3 shipping and handling. And of course, if you've already seen it and you haven't seen the public domain dungeon yet, boom, $5 DVD right there. So 5 S&P as well. Or sorry, 3 S&P as well. So there you go. Do that. And if you got the spare change, you want to hit us up, donate a little bit over here to TPS Productions. Our Patreon is right there. Oh, yeah. So that's all we... Oh, my God. Sorry. I'm getting fired, ain't I? God, that's all we got. Thank you for watching.